But hey, we've got our other guests in.
That's right. We've got Blair Hecker here. She's communications manager with City of Frankfort. And then we've also got the assistant police chief, Scott Tracy. Good morning, folks.
Good morning. Thank you for having us.
Thanks for being here in another edition of City Scoop.
City Scoop. We're a week late this week, but
That's all right. Usually it's the first Wednesday,
some scoop.
But we got it in there.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about the touch truck event.
We are.
But what else do we have going on? Do you want to talk about that first, or do you want to get...
Let's, let me run down a list, just a couple of quick city updates. You know, we always have so much going on. So for those who have not yet heard, we have reopened our City Rouse Avenue recycling facility for drop-off.
Okay.
That is accessible 24/7. It's the same location. If you were used to doing drop-off before the fire, it is the same location around the back side of the building, off of Rouse Avenue, which is off of Home Street. We have added new dumpster boxes, so there's more capacity because we know people have been holding back their recycling.
Right.
We know that we don't have curbside right now, so we want to make sure we have plenty of capacity for that. It is commingled, so that means everything you would put in your curbside recycling bin can all go in that same dumpster that's back there. Make sure you're breaking down your boxes. If you have more than a pickup truck's worth of recycling to drop off, we know some folks do because it's been a minute.
Right.
Yep. Please call ahead to the solid waste office so that way we can make sure we have a staff person there to accommodate you, because we can help get all that in the right place so it doesn't pile up just in that parking lot. So that number is 352-2088, and it's also available on the city's website as well. We are working on plans for resuming curbside recycling. Like anything else, it's always more complicated than it would seem on the surface. So that is a priority for our commission, for our public works department, and I anticipate we'll be having more updates about that in the coming weeks.
Yeah.
So.
And folks can see there was a discussion in the most recent work session.
Really good discussion.
From Monday afternoon. So folks can check that out on the Cable 10 YouTube channel.
Yep.
And
the city's Facebook page.
That's
Absolutely.
Right.
Yep. So couple quick reminders. First day of school, summer's winding down.
Yeah.
Juniper Hill Aquatic Center is open weekends through the rest of this month, and the end of their season will be Labor Day. Riverview Park is open to the public, fully accessible post flooding. Just please use caution. They have done a lot of restabilization on the banks. We're trying to regrow some grass. So, we really want people to make sure you stay on the sidewalks, paved trails as you're going through there. But we're very happy to have that park back online.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Finally, Frankfort is in a pretty big growth period right now. I feel like anywhere you go in town, you're going to be impacted by some construction work. We've got a lot of new businesses coming in, the big Paddocks development coming, new stoplights. Our sewer department is doing a lot of work on Shinkle Lane on a pretty significant project out there. The farmers market, if you haven't driven down Home Street, that pavilion is trucking along. So, just a reminder that we understand that, construction, obviously, it requires a lot of patience from all of us, but it is a sign of positive growth, and there's so much happening in our community.
I've seen at least one exterior wall of a Target out there. I think my wife is very excited.
Yeah, very excited. Yeah, I think everybody's a little bit worried about their budgets.
Yeah,
Target opens up. And so then that brings us to, we are wrapping up summer event season. Like you guys said, our one last big downtown summer concert rolling right into fall. And so the city, for the second year in a row, is going to offer our Frankfort's Fleet event.
Right.
This is something that we started last year. It is a touch-a-truck, which, a lot of communities do, but what it is an event where we get to showcase all of the different vehicles and pieces of equipment and trucks and everything that helps keep our city running. And what we want to do with this event is give our residents the chance to come and interact and touch and do lights and horns and sirens and get to meet our amazing staff. There's our police chief and emergency management director right there who are there, can tell you about how they use these things and what they do. And so, we think it gives, that's my son, we think it gives our residents, a really great way to see up close and personal personal. A lot of this work that goes on behind the scenes, the staff that work so hard to pave roads and keep things mowed and clean, and then obviously huge part of public safety is the fleet that keeps everything running, and a significant part of the city's budget. And so we started this last year. Amazingly, on paper you think this is a kids event, but the amount of grown-ups who are also so excited to check out all these trucks. I mean, I get it. They're very cool to see up close and personal. So we are doing this second year in a row, Saturday, September the 6th. It will be at Capitol View Park. In that back parking lot, we'll be giving away free popcorn. We've got some giveaways. All the trucks and our staff will be available. We are offering a sensory hour for the first hour of the event from 9 to 10. And so what that is that's a chance for anyone in our community who, any age, needs just a quieter experience, wants to come out and touch and look and see, but doesn't want to have to experience the loud horns and sirens and lights, and there won't be music. It'll be a very quiet and chill hour. Yeah. And then we'll ramp everything up starting at 10.
So that's the first hour.
9 to 10.
Kind of slow. Yeah.
And
quiet.
I will say it's open to anyone at 9 o'clock. Just know if you come at 9 o'clock, we're not going to have horns or lights or sirens or anything like that.
And then that'll kick in about 10 a.m.
Yeah.
Nice.
So we have at this event, we keep it to our City of Frankfort staff and departments, because the City of Frankfort has over 100 different vehicles and pieces of equipment just in the city that we use across all of our departments. And so we really are able to round out a great event. Sewer department, public works, public safety, parks. And so I thought today would be a great chance to bring on our assistant chief of police. They have actually gotten a new piece of equipment this year that is going to be debuted at Frankfort's Fleet on display, Touch a Truck. And so thought I'd let him talk a little bit about that.
Yeah. Take it away.
Well, a little background of just kind of the how we got it, the why we got it. I think it goes back to the Mayfield incident. There were several of us that, myself, Captain Music, Lieutenant Smither, a good group of us that went down to Mayfield after the tornadoes. And if you remember in Mayfield, I don't know if anyone has been there or seen the footage. The town was the tornadoes just went through and just destroyed the town. They're still recovering from that today. But one thing that the sheriff's office there was destroyed. The location had to be moved. So what do you do during an event like that when you have a natural disaster that comes through and takes out your communications, takes out your headquarters? And then on top of that, we had the incident at the transportation cabinet. Thankfully, that was a false alarm. Yeah. We are thankful every day that was a false alarm. But we had a major incident. We had many different entities down there to help. We had entities on the local level, the state level, the federal level. You had not only law enforcement there, but you had the fire department, Frankfort Fire Department, EMS was there. So when you have an event like that, where's your state? Where is your and we learned this when we go through incident command. When you go through incident command training, is where is the exact point that the decisions are being made, okay? And how are we keeping communications running during an event like this? So after that event, we actually were fortunate enough, Chief Napier and I ran into the Director of Homeland Security for the state of Kentucky. And we talked to him about kind of our concerns and maybe equipment we needed for an event like this. And one of the big ones was a mobile command post. So we were able to work with them. We filed for a grant. So all this was grant funded. We didn't use any of the city taxpayer funds to purchase this. And we're able to really design this from the ground up. This whole mobile command post, exactly what we needed to make sure that we had a centralized place for the command to be, during any kind of incident, and also to keep communications running. One thing we ran into with the flood recently is if you looked at the flood inundation maps, there was a possibility we were going to lose the police headquarters. We didn't really know what was going to happen if it had reached.
I mean, just a few feet.
Yeah,
right?
a few more feet.
Yeah.
Were we going to lose the police department? And the police department was in that unknown area. Mm-hmm. Some of the maps were showing that we were going to be under 5-6 feet of water.
Wow.
So if that had happened, one thing that we have in our building is our E911 communication center. So, and then how long are we underwater? How long before we get back into the building? That's a major concern. Obviously we would lose our communications capabilities. Right. So this we actually were able to pick this up. We actually got it right after the flood. But thankfully we didn't. We kind of, obviously Frankfort was majorly impacted. That
sure.
We still have homes that are currently still being worked on that people haven't even been able to move back in. And a lot of people have just lost everything. But thankfully we were able to keep our building intact.
To your point, it could have been much
worse.
Absolutely.
But in an event like that, one of the most crucial components is communication.
Right.
We have to be. Could you imagine picking up the phone and calling 911 and nobody answering?
Right.
We have to keep that up and running, and this mobile command post gives us the capability to do that. It will have a fully functional dispatch center in it. So, there's some things that we may not be able to do, but those are really kind of. Let's say that someone's car got stolen. We wouldn't be able to enter that into our what's called the National Crime Information Center. We wouldn't be able to enter that, but we could take it up to KSP Post. They could get it done for us.
Right.
We would just have to do an agreement with them. So, but other than that, we would still be able to have all of our radio communications. We'd still be able to have our what's called CAD, our computer-aided dispatch. So we'd be able to keep all that tracking, and we also have a place specifically in there for command staff to be able to be in, make decisions. If we had to bring, the fire chief in, emergency management director in, we have a space that we can do that kind of a way, with this mobile command center. So it's absolutely a crucial piece of equipment. We can also use this. Hopefully we'll never have to use this for a natural disaster. I mean, let's keep our fingers crossed that, we had our,
1 in 100 years.
1 in 100 year flood, and let's just, keep our fingers crossed and pray that never happens again. But we can bring it out for other events. Let's say that we have, I don't know, a fair or something like that in Frankfort again, or a large event that we can actually bring the mobile command post out, and have a dispatcher dedicated in there. For different things in that that apply
if
to
there's
that.
like some sort of event, natural disaster, we don't want ever that to happen. But in a neighboring community, is that something you all could lend to potential other communities to, and provide assistance?
We are not, if let's say that something happens in Lawrenceburg, God forbid, and Lawrenceburg calls us and, hey, we need your help. I don't ever see us saying no to that.
Right,
you know what I mean? Like we want to help our neighbors, so if they needed us to come up, that'd be a decision for the chief to make, but I don't see us ever turning the blind eye to a community in need.
And then folks will have this super rare opportunity to actually see the mobile command unit on display on September 6th.
I think
it's really neat. I'll tell you one thing that I think is really cool about it. So, we have drones. We did a lot of drone flying during the flood. It's an easy way to get that bird's eye view of what's going on. But one thing about that's really cool, they actually have like this HDMI tether that comes out of the remote, and it plugs into the side of the command post, and there's some TVs in there. So like if you're inside the command post, you can sit there and watch everything real time.
Yeah.
You know,
if a bunch of people need to see at the same time what the drone is seeing, then really cool.
And something, you know, I think this is great because obviously we want to be prepared for anything and everything in worst case. But something else, you know, on the event end of things, we always talk about a lot making sure we're prepared just for general public safety at events. Oh, yeah. And like Assistant Chief Tracy was talking about, just like at fairs or other major events, I think it's important that people will get a chance to see this on display at Touch a Truck and to become familiar with it and comfortable with it, because it can become a place if you have a lost child or you need first aid assistance or you need something and you're at the fair or you're at, you know, a downtown concert or something and the command post is there. It's great. It's a great asset just for our community to know about and understand. Yep. And it's there to provide just that extra assistance for the public as well.
It's really nice. It's not like a scary looking piece of equipment. It kind of looks like it's like a bread truck, you know.
Okay, I was going to ask. I was like, would it be a dumb question to me to ask? Is it a trailer you guys are pulling? But it's like a truck.
It
like
looks,
a big,
it looks kind of like a bread truck. It's a really long, like 30 feet, you know, but it's got a nice awning and you know.
Could be a food truck, maybe.
Hey, look, I'm totally down for it, you know. We
they'll be serving hot dogs out the front at some point.
And you know, and we do have we've got this huge tent, I guess you would kind of call it, that has our. And it's got this big flag at the top of it, Frankfort Police. Like, you can't miss it. I mean, so anytime, if we had an event and we took the mobile command post, we would have that out there too. But like she's saying, like, if you have a lost child, because we've had that, you know. We the last expo, I think we had a grandchild or something that had wandered off, you know. And I told the grandma, I'm like, hey, go back to our. We had our tent set up. I was like, go back there, wait there. Yeah. Let us look. If we find, we'll come back, because we want to know where people are. You know, it's kind of, if I find your kid, but then I can't find you, you know, it just.
And it was hard too if you don't have a central place to tell somebody to go wait for you either. It's like, oh, well, wait at this corner, block between here and here, and then I'll come. But you guys have like an official, spot. In those instances, so. September 6th?
Yep, September 6th.
September 6th, 9 to noon, Capitol View Park. Our mobile command unit will be there. We'll have some cruisers, some other public safety equipment, fire trucks, ambulances, front-end loaders, knuckle boom trucks, garbage trucks, excavators, tractors, lawnmowers, golf carts, pretty much you name it, and you're going to be able to check it out.
And adults can come, but
please,
the kids love it.
It's for the kids, but, please come and enjoy the trucks any age.
Yeah, I mean, you get some grown men. They want to see a front loader any day.
I want to see a front loader any day.
Thank you all for coming in.
Thank you so much.
Well, I'm sure we'll see you again soon.
Yes.
And question of the day?
I
we were chatting about
misunderstood the question. It just shows that I am not a video gamer.
Well, tell folks what your answer kind of was, because I think it applies.
Okay, good. I love a gray area. I'm not a gamer. I did not understand, but I'm thinking loot, right?
Yes.
When I drop, and immediately the only game I ever have love to play is Mario Kart.
Right.
So, you're collecting the loot, and so my thought was obviously a Bowser shell, because that is the one you want to get. It takes out that first place person. You've got it made.
Get like the green.
So I'm gonna still stand by that.
Yeah, green shell or the red shell is
the
like
red
the
shell's
one
great
that,
too.
Yeah. So I think that's a good
standing
answer.
by it.
What kind of loot would Assistant Police Chief Scott Tracy drop?
So this is something I have to leave behind for the next person?
Sort of. It depends on,
Usually you don't want to leave it behind. It's
well, because that's kind of what I'm saying. Like,
sure.
I'm thinking, like, if you failed to prepare, you prepared to fail.
Okay.
All
right.
And I also say one is none and two is one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
this is very police.
Some nuggets getting dropped right here. Yeah.
So, but if I had to leave something, I have to leave something for someone, right? Something on a video game.
I mean, already you've dropped some wisdom for everybody. So.
Yeah, you're leaving wisdom behind for sure.
Man. I don't know if I had something on me. I don't want to drop my water. I don't want to drop a shield, because I know
they might use it against you.
Yeah, I don't want to drop a shield or anything like that. I don't know. Do I have a map on me?
I think why not?
I'm going to drop a map.
Yeah, that sounds fair.
A treasure map.
All right.
Yes, and I'm going to mark the wrong X just to throw
yeah. Throw them off the trail.
Oh, plot twist.
Well, good answer. Guys, thanks for being here.
Thank you so much.
Thank you all.